Today on What's Your Problem? We'll learn that an algebraic equation is an equation with a symbol representing an unknown number. We'll also learn how to solve algebraic equations using inverse operations. And we'll see that this knowledge can help us count our savings, sell cupcakes, and even take care of pets. Hey y'all, I'm Adesina, and welcome to What's Your Problem? The show where we solve all of your problems.
Being a teenager is so hard. We're treated like children, but expected to act like adults.
No!
Just treat me the same.
No! Not those kinds of problems. Math problems. Today's topic is solving one-step algebraic equations. For example, I have $5 and an unknown number of dollars in this piggy bank. Altogether, I have $12. How much do we have in the bank?
How about we smash it open to see how much is inside?
There is another way. We can use an algebraic equation.
What exactly is that?
An algebraic equation is an equation that has a symbol representing an unknown number. Today, we'll learn how to solve algebraic equations in one step using inverse operations. And once we learn it, we can smash open this piggy bank. Let's explore. In order to solve algebraic equations, we need to first understand what they are. An algebraic equation is an equation with a symbol representing an unknown number.
Can it be any symbol?
Yes, it can be a question mark or any letter, but we usually use the letter X. We call the symbol representing the unknown number a variable. This piggy bank has an unknown amount of money, which we can represent with the variable X. It just means we don't know how much is inside, but we can figure it out.
We know the total of the piggy bank amount and the $5 you already have is $12.
Right. We can represent this using an algebraic equation. X plus $5 equals $12.
So we need to know what X equals?
Bingo.
Maybe we could guess what X is.
You could do that. Let's try it.
Well, maybe X is 3. If we plug 3 in for X, we have 3 plus 5 equals 12. 8 is not equal to 12, so 3 doesn't work. It's too small.
Maybe X is 10. If we plug 10 in for X, we have 10 plus 5 equals 12. That's not right either, so 10 is too big.
What about something in the middle, like 7? If we plug 7 in for X, we have 7 plus 5 equals 12. Hey, now both sides of the equation are equal. So does that mean that X equals 7?
It does. So you got the right number by guessing. But with more challenging problems that would take a while, guessing is not very efficient. So instead, we can solve algebraic equations using inverse operations.
Oh yeah, I remember that inverse operations are opposite operations. Like addition is adding to a group, and subtraction is taking away from a group. They're opposites.
And multiplication and division are opposites too. Multiplication is combining equal groups, and division is splitting into equal groups.
That makes sense, but how does that help us solve equations?
To solve problems like this, we want to get just the variable on one side of the equal sign and everything else on the other side.
So that will tell us what X is equal to?
Exactly. Let's use a visual model to show this, and then we'll do it with numbers. This is a balance, which can tell us if the amount of things on one side of it is equal to the other side. We can show our algebraic equation, X plus 5 equals 12, like this. The X would go on one side, along with 5 coins representing the number 5. And on the other side, there would be 12 coins.
I see. Both sides are balanced, which means these amounts are equal?
Right. Now watch what happens if we add 3 coins to each side.
It stays balanced since you added the same amount to both sides.
Correct. Now what if we subtract 5 from both sides?
both sides are still balanced.
I get it. And if we subtract 3 coins from both sides, it's still balanced. And we can now see that x is equal to 7.
You got it. Remember that any operation you do to one side of the equation, you need to do to the other side as well to keep it balanced. Now let me show you how we can do this with numbers.
The piggy bank equation was x plus 5 equals 12.
Remember that our goal is to get x all by itself on one side of the equation. How would you do that using inverse operations?
Well, since we have plus 5 here, let's subtract 5 from both sides.
On the left side, 5 minus 5 is 0, so that cancels out. We can draw a diagonal line through it to show that. And on the right side, we have 12 minus 5, which is 7. Now we see that x equals 7.
Perfect. That means we have $7 in the piggy bank.
Now, let's prove it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Look at that. There are $7 inside. It's like we predicted the future.
Great job. Let's try to solve another algebraic equation. How would you solve x plus 6.2 equals 10?
Well, we want to get x all by itself. Since we have plus 6.2 here, the inverse of that would be to subtract 6.2.
And don't forget, you need to always do that on both sides to keep it equal.
6.2 minus 6.2 equals 0, so that cancels out. And on the other side, 10 minus 6.2 is 3.8. So we have x equals 3.8.
Perfect. Next, let's see how algebraic equations can help us make cupcakes. Here we have cupcakes that we'd like to sell in a bake sale.
I'm not sure how many we made, but I do know that we sold 9 and now we have 42. How many did we start with?
Since we don't know how many we started with, we can represent that with the variable x. We sold 9, so we can subtract 9 from x. And now we have 42. So the equation is x minus 9 equals 42.
That's right. Now let's solve this using inverse operations.
Since we have minus 9 here, the inverse of that would be plus 9. So let's add 9 to both sides.
On the left side, we have x minus 9 plus 9. Minus 9 plus 9 is 0, so that cancels out.
And on the other side, we have 42 plus 9, which is 51. So x equals 51. That means we started with 51 cupcakes.
Great work! Cupcakes for everyone!
Yum! Ooh.
Next, let's see how solving one-step algebraic equations can help us take care of animals.
Here we have 3 fish tanks. Altogether, we have 36 fish. If each tank has an equal amount of fish, how many fish are in each tank?
Let's represent this with an algebraic equation. We don't know how many are in each tank, so let's show that as x.
And since there are 3 tanks with an equal amount, we can show that as 3 times x, which is equal to 36 in total.
Correct. When we have a variable multiplied by a number, we can show it as 3x.
But if it means the same thing, why don't we just write 3 times x?
Because if we show it as 3 times x, you might confuse the multiplication sign with the variable x.
Oh, I see. So writing 3x makes sure we don't get it confused.
Right.
So 3x equals 36 is our algebraic equation.
Excellent. And we can solve this using...
Let me guess, inverse operations?
You got it. Give it a try.
3x means multiply by 3. So the inverse of that is to divide by 3.
And we need to do that to both sides to keep it equal.
3 divided by 3 is just 1. And 1 times x is just x. So that cancels out and leaves x on the left side. And on the other side, we have 36 divided by 3, which is 12. So x equals 12.
Meaning there are 12 fish in each tank. I have a question. Could we have just counted them?
You could try.
1, 2, wait, you look very similar to the other one. 1, 2, hey, stop moving! Yeah, the equation was actually faster. Come on, okay,
Next, let's see how solving one-step algebraic equations can help us work a summer job.
Me and my friends have been walking dogs to make money. We split all the money we made equally between the 7 of us. I got $9. How much did we make all together?
Let's set up an algebraic equation to solve this. The total amount of money the team made is unknown, so that would be X. And you split the money equally between 7 people. So we can divide X by 7. And we know you got $9. So the equation is X divided by 7 equals 9?
Right. Now use inverse operations to solve it.
Here, we see that X is divided by 7. The opposite of that is to multiply by 7.
On the left side, 7 divided by 7 is just 1, so that cancels out. And on this side, we have 9 times 7, which is 63.
So X equals 63. That means your team got $63 in total.
Yes, and that's a lot of money, Amari. Algebraic equations can look intimidating, but just remember, use inverse operations to get X all by itself. That tells you what X is equal to. Now, let's explore the kinds of careers that use algebraic equations.
Marine biologists are scientists who study living things in the ocean. They use algebraic equations to keep track of animal populations.
For example, if there are 13 killer whales in a group and marine biologists know that 3 whales have already left to find a mate, they can find how many whales the pod started with by solving X minus 3 equals 13.
Athletes use math to plan their competitions. For example,
If a marathon runner has to run 26.2 miles and they have 4 hours to complete the race, they can find out how many miles they need to run each hour using the equation 4x equals 26.2.
Chemists use math to learn about elements. A chemist can use algebraic equations to find the mass and density of new materials.
these are just 3 of the many careers that use algebraic equations.
Thanks, Emily and Amari. Now, let's review.
Today, we learned that an algebraic equation is an equation with an unknown number.
We also learned how to solve algebraic equations using inverse operations.
And we saw that this knowledge can help us count our savings, sell cupcakes, and even take care of pets.
And now we've solved all of your problems. Well, almost. I'm Adesina.
I'm Emily.
I'm Amari.
And until next time, remember,
Always question, always wonder.